Hello. So your partner has just asked you for a break. Um, Relationship breaks usually have quite a negative connotation, and you would hear it from left, right, and center that, oh, it's not going to work after a break. This is not necessarily always the case. Sometimes breaks can be a really good thing. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips or advice, I guess, on how to go through the process of a break. Just to let you know that, of course, if you completely are against the break and that's not what you want, then of course, let your partner know that a break isn't what I want. But if you are interested in finding out a bit more about how to actually get a break to possibly work out in the end, then feel free to stick around for this video. So, of course, before I go into my advice, I would just like to say that every relationship is different and circumstances may be different as well. These are really generic ways around kind of working around the break when it has been suggested by a partner. So the first thing you want to do is keep calm when your partner has suggested saying, I would like a break. Ask them, why do you feel that you want a break? What is the reason? What is the purpose? Really listen to them and, assess within yourself, is it realistic? Is it achievable? Is it something that a break could actually help with? And decide for yourself if a break is something that you want as well. This second one is really important, and it would differ for every relationship. So I think it's very important that you ask your partner, what do you mean by a break? Because everyone's going to have different kind of ideas around what a break is. Rather than have that in your head, lay it out on the table and just say, what is this break? Can we see other people? If not, then that means it's a committed break, which means, we won't be seeing other people. Also, is this going to be no contact? And if it is no contact, are there exceptions? So like I said, a relationship is different. For example, if you have children, you may want to say no contact except for when it's regarding our children or something like that. I don't have any children myself, so that's why I'm not really able to give further advice on this. But every situation is different. So just think to yourself, what are the exceptions of no contact? If that is what you want to do. And here I have to say, trust in the relationship is very important, because if you guys decide to be in a committed break, then that is something that you need to trust that your partner is also going to do. So this is where tip number 3 comes in, because this is also a very important one. I think all these steps are just as important as each other, to be honest. Discuss with your partner, how long do we want this break to be? Come to the decision together if possible and stick to it. So you need to think to yourself, is the time frame that I am being given or that we are deciding together, is it a reasonable amount of time based on the reason that they've said that they want this break? Is this a reasonable amount of time for this? And I mean, I can't answer that. So like I said, every relationship is different. So with how long you guys want the break to be, it will differ. Personally, from experience, I can say 1 month is a good enough time to know by then and to have understood kind of what's going on, and by then to give some sort of update to your partner on how you're feeling or how you're doing, which I will get onto in the next few steps as well. But that's just my kind of line, 1 month. But other than that, like I said, it may differ with you and your partner. Now, here's where things can get tricky, because a partner may say, I don't know. And they may say, indefinitely, like, I have no idea of a timeline. And what I would suggest here personally is for you then to give your partner a timeline which you are comfortable with. Remember, you matter too here in this break. So you give them a timeline of what you're comfortable with and say, well, indefinitely, okay, but by 1 month, I want to hear some sort of update from you as to how it's going, and do you feel that you are kind of achieving these things that you wanted to achieve during the break, or do you feel that the break is kind of working for you? So you need to kind of say, I want an update by this specific date, and just be honest and say, and if I don't hear from you by then, I would think that this is fair game, and I would think that we are starting to go our separate ways. And by this point, I may message you just to kind of confirm where things are at. So what I think is important is, if your partner is unsure, it's important for you to have some sort of timeline in your mind. This isn't pushing them or anything. This is because you care for yourself, right? So you don't want to sit around indefinitely waiting for that text message or for that phone call. It's nice to have a timeline in mind and to put a date by which you would like an update. I'm not saying you want a decision, I'm saying you want an update. Based on that update, you can then kind of make that decision from there and let your partner know that past that date, you will not be waiting around, because it's not fair on you, it's not fair on yourself. Tip number 4 is to give your partner the space they need. Like, literally. That's the 4th tip. Don't contact them if that's what you've agreed. No contact, except for exceptions. And during this time, I would also recommend, when you're giving them space, is to give yourself space as well, and like be open-minded in trying new things, in experiencing new things, new skills, going out with some friends, doing things that you maybe didn't feel that you were able to do while you were together in the relationship, or that something had died down while you two were together in the relationship, which you started to find boring, but now you're like, oh, actually I could maybe look back into that. So I would say, hey, would you give them a break, but also give yourself a break? Is kind of explore yourself during this time and learn to love yourself and care for yourself, and really do this for yourself, is what I'm trying to get at. Before I move on to the final piece of advice in this video, if it has been helpful in any way, please do leave a thumbs up. It would really help me know that these kind of videos are helpful, and I can definitely do more. Feel free to leave any comments as well, with which tips you found the most helpful, and with your situations as well. Maybe it can help other people in the comments to kind of see your situation and see that they're not alone. So the final tip is rekindle. Come together with an open-minded approach. Discuss with your partner what they did during the break, how they found the break, how they felt during the break. And the most important thing is, this is when I would say you guys decide if this relationship is something that you guys want to continue. And the main thing here is to discuss what will be different this time around, because if nothing is going to be different, then it's going to be the same, and that means it could lead to another break, and you don't really want constant breaks. You want to be able to talk through things together, and a break, personally, I would say is once. Again, it differs for everyone. Personally, I would say a break is once. So that's why it's very important to discuss what's been going on during the break and how you feel that you can both work together to make things work. What you've been working on, bring those pieces together, and just see that what's going to be different this time. That's the main thing. What is going to be different this time around, whereby which the break had come from. And so now that we've had this break, what's going to be so different that we no longer require any further breaks in this relationship? And just be really, really honest with your feelings towards each other as well. I think that's really, really important. And that's all the tips I have for you. If you enjoyed it, like I said, please leave a thumbs up, and feel free to write in the comments as well if you found it helpful. I literally, like, just in my mind, I was just like, I really want to make a video, and I jotted some notes and those are my notes, and yeah, and then I'm like, right, these are my notes, it's on paper, let me make a video, and then hopefully I can help people who are in these kind of situations, because going through a break is not an easy thing to do. I think the main thing, honestly, is to have a timeline by which you two will definitely come back together again after the break, and then discuss what the break has been for the both of you and how to move forward from here. So I really do hope that this video has helped at least one person out there, and feel free to share it as well with anyone that's going through a similar situation. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye.